students. In this video, we'll have the model answer for the past simple tense, pages 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 in your booklet. First, here in the first exercise, we have to correct the verb. My wife late yesterday. What do you think? It's yesterday. It's in the past. So I have to use the verb work in the past. The past of work is, yes, excellent, worked. She to pass the test, so she tried to pass the test. My friends at my house at 7 p.m. So my friends arrived at my house at 7 p.m. They got last month. They got married last month. They to the zoo, so they walked to the zoo. The children at the local park. The children played at the local park. They up the TV up to full volume. They turned up the TV. My sister the broken window, so my sister fixed the broken window. He not to go, so he decided not to go. She studied very hard while at university. They all the salt here already, so they used all the salt. The teacher very stressed about her job, so the teacher became very stressed because become is an irregular verb, so the past of became. She so quickly, so I couldn't understand. She spoke so quickly. Yesterday, my friend drove me to the bank. They took ages to deliver my pizza last night. The school gave us a really difficult exam. The manager was not happy about staff arriving late. He froze the meat as soon as he got home. The local council put. The past of put, cut, cut. They were early as usual. The past of verb to be is was or were, and they we put with they, were, not was. Here we have to type the negative in the gaps before. He washed the dishes yesterday, but he, yes, excellent, didn't wash the glasses. They watched a comedy last night, but they didn't watch an interview. We cleaned the living room, but we didn't clean the bedroom yesterday. Here in this past simple exercise, change the statement into yes or no question. So like this one, she went to Spain. So I'm going to change it. So I'll say, did she go to Spain? Number one, she accepted the job. So did she accept the job? Sophie cleaned her room. Did Sophie clean her room? I arrived the party on time. Did you arrive the party on time? They found out who stole it. Did they find out who stole it? She chose her favorite film. Did she choose her favorite film? They heard the door closing. So did they hear the door closing? I had porridge for breakfast. So did you have porridge for breakfast? They knew she had gone. Did they know she had gone? Here we have to make a question. He traveled to France by boat. So I want to ask how. So I'll say, how did he travel to France? They were late because of the traffic. Why were they late? Sue arrived yesterday with her sister. Who arrived yesterday with her sister, or who did Sue arrive with yesterday? John didn't like the red car. Which car didn't John like? She got promoted to managing director. What did she get promoted to? He went to the shops. Where did he go? She paid for everything by credit card. How did she pay for everything? They arrived at 9 p.m. When did they arrive? He was tired from the long journey. Why was he tired? Mike tried to go to the concert last night. Where did Mike try to go last night? Here we have to complete the math statement with the past simple from the verbs in brackets. Last night, so last night I'm speaking in the past, I'll say I went to my favorite restaurant in West Street. I left the restaurant at about 11 o'clock. It was a warm evening and I decided to walk along the beach. Suddenly I heard a noise. I turned and saw three boys aged about 18. One boy came up to me and asked me the time. When I looked down at my watch, he hit me and I fell to the ground. Another boy took my wallet. I shouted for help, then they ran away. Here we have to complete the story, use the verbs in the brackets. Last year I went on holiday. I drove to the sea with my friend. On the first day, we looked at the beautiful buildings and ate in lots of restaurants. The next day was very hot, so we drove to the sea. We left our clothes in the car and sunbathed and swam all day. At 6 o'clock, we walked to our car, but the car was there. Wasn't there, sorry. We bought some clothes and went to the police station. The police was nice and we slept in the police station. I have to read the text, then I write questions below about Thomason's holiday. Last September, Thomason went to Bali. She went by plane and stayed in a big hotel. It was very hot, so she swam every day. In the evenings, she went to different restaurants. The food was very good. She met some nice people and every night she danced with them at the disco. She was happy because she wasn't alone. The first one I'm going to ask about Bali. So I'll say, where did she go? What about last September? So I'll say, when did she go there? Number 3, by plane. So I'll say, how did she go there? In a big hotel. So where did she stay? It was very hot. How was the weather? She swam. So what did she do? It was very good. So how was it? Some nice people. Who did she meet? Here I have to complete these sentences in the past tense using the correct verb. Like the first one, I watched the late film on TV last night. I have play, enjoy, watch, listen, talk, phone, stop, walk, travel, like and stay. So I put these verbs in the past and then I put it here according to the meaning. Number 1, we really the concert last night. It was great. So we really enjoyed the concert last night. She with friends in Britain last summer. So she stayed with friends in Britain last summer. Italy very well in the last World Cup. So Italy played very well. Her parents by train from Shanghai to Moscow. So her parents traveled by train from Shanghai to Moscow. You 4 times last night, but you were out. So I phoned you 4 times last night, but you were out. We along the beach yesterday. It was lovely. So we walked along the beach. She the film, but she didn't like the music. So she watched the film, but she didn't like the music. The men work at exactly 1 o'clock. So the men stopped working at exactly 1 o'clock, or they stopped work at exactly 1 o'clock. I to the new Sting album yesterday. It's great. So I listened to the new Sting album. They to us about their trip to Madagascar. It was very interesting. So they talked to us about their trip. Thank you, my students. I hope you enjoyed this session with me.